going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video. So today we are gonna talk about accessory box. Accessories, we all like them, we all want to have them, but once we do, and if we have a lot, one of the biggest hurdles is storing them. Now if you only have hands, which majority of the figure only has hands, it's fine. I normally use this Dollar Tree, box that I have. It's convenient. I just take them out. But for the most part, since I already have so many, I use this. Again, this is like $3 at Walmart. You put the hands, they're perfect for hands, but there's a big caveat to this, which is oddly shaped items doesn't fit. Also for head sculpts, it's a tight fit. So normally for odd shaped items, I normally use this, and I don't have a lot of those. And this is a storage box slash diorama with gargoyle. This is magnetic, so this is where I put Spider-Man webs, which I normally put them in the box anyway, and then I store them here. I used to leave accessories in the box, but the problem with that is you never use the accessories because it's a lot of hassle just to go in the box, take them out, and that is just not a good solution. So this is good for odd shaped items. But I was walking around Ross the other day and I saw this 20 drawer arts and crafts organizer, which caught my eye because I was just like, all right, maybe this could work because it's deep enough where I can, put the head sculpt and the hands together. So I picked this up, and this is the brand, and it could be a different brand. I think they have different boxes out there, but they're all pretty much the same. The price is the same, $13.99. Not bad whatsoever. So it has 20 storage cases on it, which is a pretty good deal if you ask me. This is sealed as well. There's ones, it's raw, so it's hit or miss. Sometimes you'll see one that's open. Look around. There was a whole lot in that aisle when I was looking around. So those are the dimensions. So you can pause it, look it up. But for the most part, it'll fit, I would say, in anything. I could have picked up there's like a garage option where if you have a garage, which I do have one in the garage where you store screws and whatnot, but that's a little too big for me. I wanted something that I will be able to take out by hand. Let's say I'm taking a picture. So this is kind of modular though, which is beautiful. So you can stack, more than one. And it also has a divider, as you can see here. That is enough. Those ridges is where the divider comes in. So the head sculpt would fit in outside of this head sculpt. Because as you know, this is the flash which flares out. Because it's, if they come up with a whole lot of this, I'm in trouble. But I do have enough where it would fit. So this particular one does not fit, but I'll show some example later that would. And again, like if it's only something like this with hands, as you can see, it just fits in perfectly. It's also deep. So let me show you some of the odd items that I do have. So normally I have this. I like this storage cases because it's so easy to take in and out. It's just one piece. I don't have to take that entire case, but it works with hands. Head sculpt is a bit iffy. You're always afraid that you're going to scratch up the nose, so I keep them in a plastic. It's a tighter fit than I would love to. Normally, this is what I use. So this is all Marvel, so I kind of organize them. I label them, so I know when I'm taking a picture, but it's kind of narrow. Like the head sculpt barely fits, and if it does, you normally have to separate the hands. There's just a lot of work and especially when you're trying to sell something, you don't know where the hand goes to. You see the head sculpt, you see some accessories, but something like this, which the Vader hands, it's a tight fit. You can only fit one or two in there, so it's not very ideal. This is where the storage case comes in, because you pull it out, and again, like I said, it's deep enough and it's tall enough where it could accommodate a bunch of these hands, especially with the Vader. You just kind of stack them up neatly there. They're not gonna scratch each other. I mean, even if they did, they're all black. They're all the same material anyway. So just shove it in there, and then you got the chest box. This is for the Kenobi one. So at least they're all together. They're all intact. And then you can have another one. This is where the divider comes in. For example, which most, let's say, Spider-Man figures has two options. You got the hands and then you have the head sculpt. So the hands, if you want to, you can put them in the front because that's normally what you use anyway. Switch them out, different poses, and on the back you can push the head sculpt. I separate all the red so they don't bleed in the face. You got to be careful. Sometimes you get this fabric, on the face, and then all of a sudden you have a red stain on your figure. So this is just one of the examples that could fit in there that normally doesn't go through. And normally this is what I use, the Avery, label maker. I've been using this since forever, since I started, and I still have a lot. So this is how it would look like in my collection here. So you got this, like for Iron Man, this is perfect because they do have a lot of odd shaped items, as you can see here. So I just labeled them all Iron Mans on, the mid tier. On the top it's Spider-Man, and you can see it's stacked right now because this is not gonna fit with my current situation. And again, for $13.99 I bought two. It's less than, it's around $32 including tax in your local Ross. And as far as like weird items, this is what I use as well. This is like the 3-tiered case. For those who are wondering, this is the ones that I barely use. So for odd shaped items, like this, clothing, I put them underneath. I barely change the clothing in my collection, really rare. But the top part, because you can switch it around, this is where it kind of shines. You can see this is one of the biggest accessories. I have the head sculpt for Thanos and his arm, and you have a divider which you could remove, insert, whatever the case may be. You could go ahead and do that. Different options that you do have. Also the chest plate for him as well. Beautiful. And that is it. You could technically do this, stack them up, and then I labeled all of them. So I know, you don't have to for some instances, but like let's say Iron Man, so at least I know Mark 4, 5, 6, 7. You can organize this, you can stack them up however you want. If there's like 7 that you want, I don't know, maybe that's too heavy, but you could. And you have the versatility as well to remove them on top of each other if you choose to do so. Let's say you're gonna have a shoot, you want to shoot different ones, you can remove the tray itself. Just take it. If you want to go to your desk, fix something, post something up, and then put it back, so you don't have to remove the entire case as well. And like I said, for $30, at least for my case, I want to buy more just in case. I'm pretty sure my collection is going to expand more, so I'm probably going to need more. But there's always a need for some of my trays. I'm not going to throw them away. I still have them. It's, if just for hands, that'll work. But the versatility of this, being able to put in the head sculpt for, say, Venom or Carnage really does help. So hopefully this video helps you out. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.